Hi, I'm Jenny Pastisak. You're watching Local Lens. So when we all think of a cemetery, we kind of have the same ideas. But my guest today is going to share more about a local cemetery here in Wicomico County that offers so much more. Joining me today is Rick Fahey, the chair of the advisory committee for Parsons Cemetery. I think that first we need to explain to people where Parsons Cemetery is, and then we're going to jump into it's more than just a cemetery. So where exactly is Parsons Cemetery in Wicomico County?
Parsons, and that's a good question because that's one of the most frequent questions we hear is, where is Parsons Cemetery? It's on North Division Street, just north of the Camden. Of the Newtown area. Sorry, not the Camden area,
Okay.
but the Newtown area, and south of North Salisbury School. So it's on your left as you're driving north along North Division Street.
Now, how long has the cemetery been there?
Cemetery has been there since 1873, and in 1873, a gentleman named Benjamin Parsons owned the land around that area. He was a farmer, a lumber person, which was pretty important in those days.
Yes.
And he gifted his family cemetery and to St. Peter's Episcopal Church, which is a church in the center of downtown Salisbury right now. And with the provision that it be extended up what was then called Laurel Road, because it was the road that went to Laurel, Delaware. It was a while before it became Division Street. So he asked that it be extended to the north and a little bit to the south. And it represents actually a fairly small portion of what is now Parsons Cemetery. And the other proviso was that he said, "I'm giving this to St. Peter's Church, but you have to take care of it forever."
Okay.
And so there's where it got its start.
Okay, and this was his family cemetery,
Correct.
But now,
yeah. and his grave and the grave of some of his family members is in the front part of Parsons Cemetery.
But today it is just so much more than a cemetery.
Today, over the years, the church both bought and sold land, so that the cemetery now extends from North Division Street to Johnson's Pond, which is a lot of people don't realize exists or realize the cemetery, but it has just a very scenic, wonderful view along Johnson's Pond. To the north and south, it goes to London Avenue on the north side and New York Avenue to the south. At one time, a lot of that land was actually owned by Parsons. The houses, the land on New York and London, but it was sold over the years for church finance reasons, since they were responsible for taking care of it. Church also used their finances to buy the additional land. And in 2005, the senior warden, Dr. Bob Taylor at St. Peter's Church, decided that we wanted to make it clear that Parsons was a cemetery that was open to everybody. It's not just a cemetery for St. Peter's Episcopal Church.
Okay.
And so we took what fund, he formed a committee, first of all, of a combination of St. Peter's members and community members. And and they became the steering committee for the cemetery. I was on initial member of that committee as well. And we took what money was allocated at St. Peter's Church for the cemetery, and we moved that to the Community Foundation for the sole use of Parsons Cemetery, so that anybody wanting to give to Parsons Cemetery, any money that we generated from Parsons Cemetery was clearly for Parsons Cemetery.
That makes a lot of sense. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that people even understand what it takes to run a cemetery. There are some financial pieces there.
It was very difficult. I can remember in the early days before we formed this committee and did the community foundation, just mowing the grass. We even tried having volunteer committees come out from the church and mow the grass, and it costs $40,000 a year just to mow the grass.
Wow.
So it is an extremely expensive to run. We operate essentially at break even at this point. Sometimes a loss, and so the money that we have in the community foundation is important, but we're trying not to use money from the community foundation so that we can grow the endowment fund, so that somewhere way down the road, and that's another question that we often hear, which is, I thought the cemetery was full, and we say no, it's not. It is still operational, and so we're trying to grow that fund so that when the cemetery is full, somewhere down the road, there will be enough income generated from the endowment to be able to continue to keep the cemetery up at the level that we've achieved at this point.
And when people go to this cemetery, there's more to see than your loved ones. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how to say it any other way.
Our strategy as a committee over these years is to make Parsons Cemetery a place that you don't just go to when you're at a funeral.
Right.
We've tried to have events and do things that Parsons is a destination for other reasons. Our big event each year is the Wreath Across America event, which is coming up December 13th of this year.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What does that look like?
Wreath Across America is a nationwide event that puts wreaths on the graves of veterans, and there are 4,000 cemeteries or so across the country that participate in this all on the same day. Our event has really turned into, it's a very enjoyable event. We get 300 to 400 people that come out to put wreaths on the veterans. We start out with, some people call it a parade, some people call it a procession at the front of the cemetery, where we have old military trucks and various civic groups like the DAR and the Scouts and the 4-H come and have their banners, and they carry them down. We're led by a bagpiper, and then we have a short ceremony, and then we send the people out to place the wreaths on the graves of the veterans. And
do you know how many veterans are in Parsons Cemetery?
Just about 1,400. So we have a total population, if you want to call it that, of about 13,000 people buried at Parsons.
Okay.
And so it's always amazing to me that essentially a tenth of the people buried at Parsons are veterans. So it's a big part. We have the week before the Wreaths Across America event, we pre-mark all of the graves by putting a flag on them.
I was going to say, how do I know if I'm helping?
And we get tremendous support from motorcycle club, the Brothers at Arms.
Okay.
Motorcycle club, they're out there every year, and they help us pre-place the flags.
Yeah.
We now have really got it down to, we hand out maps and pictures of where all of the flags go, and then we have the event, and then about a month after the event, we have a cleanup day where we pick up all the wreaths and take them to be respectfully burned.
Great.
So there's a lot of participation of a lot of groups that make that event happen.
That seems very special, because then the
It is.
family of
It
the
is.
people that are there can come and help and participate.
And I want to encourage everybody also to donate wreaths to the cross, because we have to, and you can go to Wreaths Across America's website and choose to donate towards Parsons Cemetery.
Okay.
Because we need 1,400 wreaths. Sorry about that.
But so these are not provided to you for free.
No.
Or you need to pay for these wreaths.
Yeah.
To participate.
Fortunately, we do get them donated. We have a lot of the Elks are very helpful. The VFW is very helpful. Mission Barbecue. They sell Wreaths Across America cups that for every cup they sell, we get a certain portion, and wreaths are donated. The Scouts use it as a fundraising project, because Wreaths Across America gives them a portion of resales for their use, and so it benefits both Parsons and the Scouts.
So it takes a community, really.
Our goal, by I say the committee that runs the cemetery, is really just to get people to the cemetery, because we realize that when they come to the cemetery, and particularly if they go back to the pond in the back, they say, "Whoa, this is an extremely well kept cemetery," and when the time comes, this is where I want to be.
But also, while I'm still on this earth, I might want to go walk there. I might want to go, visit because of the beauty of it, really. It's not just because you need to go visit a grave.
Yeah, and some things that we've done for those people that want to just visit the cemetery for all sorts of things. There's a lot of people that use it to run, to ride their bikes, to walk their dogs.
Okay.
It's used all the time for that.
That's great.
We have on our website, parsonscemetery.com, we have self-guided walking tours that will you can learn about the history of Salisbury and through the people that were buried there. You can learn about the art of the markers, the headstones.
Okay.
A lot of them are very ornate, particularly at the older ones at the front of the cemetery, and there's a lot of symbolism in the carvings on the markers. We even have a marker there that was made by the Tiffany Company. You think of them for different jewels and things, but the governor, there was a Governor Jackson buried there, Governor of Maryland, and his very tall cross marker And you look at the base of it, and it says "Made by Tiffany Company, New York,
Wow.
New York." So,
There's a lot of history there.
oh, absolutely. You can take a tour of our trees. We have a self-guided tour that goes through we have nearly 60 varieties of trees at Parsons Cemetery. We recently had we have a self-guided tour on our website, but we recently had a guided tour, which we were just really surprised at the interest in it. There was, we had 30 people come to
To
this,
look at all the types of
to
trees.
look at the type of trees. This was our first step in becoming an arboretum, which is an area where there's a lot of trees, in short.
Okay, that's an arboretum is called.
Yeah, and so we are soon to be officially designated as an arboretum, which is and Salisbury University is an official arboretum, or has one, and so we will be Salisbury's second one. You can come to look at birds. We recently had the Tri-County Bird Club contact us and say, hey, can we make Parsons what's called a hot spot, or an area where you can report bird sightings through the Cornell University's eBird program.
Where there's trees, there's birds, right?
And I said sure, because that's that, and they got us designated as an official hotspot, and in fact last Saturday, the club themselves went out to do bird sightings and report more into the eBird site. In the spring, we hope to have them run tours for the public, and that's actually an ideal thing for us, Parsons Cemetery. We would love to have any group that would like to come out and have some sort of an event at Parsons that we don't have to run.
Sure.
Because
you're a volunteer committee.
Yeah, and we're very small. We're very active, but we're very small.
Right.
And so we're glad to promote it. We're glad to have them host it, and this hopefully the Bird Club will be doing that in the spring.
Do people bring their binoculars?
Yeah.
Is that what they're?
Yeah,
so they're really looking up in the sky.
That would be part of it. I know we have eagles there, because it was one of the interesting things that happened at one of our Wreaths Across America event was right at the time we were doing the national anthem at the event. You look up and there was an eagle in one of the.
I just got the goosebumps.
In one of the trees, and that was great. We have even had, if you go down by the pond, we have a circle that we call Millstone Circle down there, as a brick circular shape that a walkway goes to, and it's called Millstone because when it was built, they had a millstone from another job that they put in the center of it, which was appropriate because it was that pond was originally formed to create a lumber mill. And so it was an appropriate thing to put down there. But we've had some music concerts down there. We've had a harp concert down, and it's almost a natural amphitheater, and the hill kind of goes up above it, and it was a very nice spot. And we've encouraged somebody, hey, you want to have a fundraiser and have some sort of a music concert down there?
You can do it there.
Go to it. We got power. We got a nice site. All we want is people out there.
Sure. So what do you need the community? How can the community support Parsons Cemetery?
By having events
Okay.
out there that, again, they run and
Sure. Sure.
we promote. By giving to Parsons Cemetery. Again, our website, parsonscemetery.com, has options
Sure.
for doing that. And then each year we send out an appeal letter to our mailing list asking for support. Those funds are primarily used for the extra projects that we do to keep the cemetery up, because
Sure.
we work very hard at making it one of the I think one of the prettiest places around.
Yeah.
We even have the ability right now. There are QR codes spread around the cemetery where you can scan the QR code with your
Okay.
phone, and it brings up on our website the find a grave. I mean, there's a website called Find a Grave, but it
Okay.
brings up our database, and you can type in the person you're looking for, the name,
Okay.
and it will show you a map of the cemetery, and it will even
Guide you
guide
there.
you there. It has a little arrow
That
says it's 300 feet in this direction, and then you follow it. Hopefully, you also look at your feet
right.
while
Don't
you're
you?
doing that, so you don't trip in the process of doing that. But it's a very useful function. We were even we received an award from the Preservation Trust of Maryland for our use of technology at the
That's great.
at the cemetery, because all of our records are now digitized. We can bring them up on a map, and of course now we have the ability for people to remotely link in if they're looking for Uncle Joe that they don't remember where the grave is, or they're
Sure.
from out of town
Yeah.
looking for it.
I don't know if you know this number, but how much space is left then?
Several thousand, probably more
Okay.
more graves. They tend to be in the primarily in the more expensive. Actually, the closer you get to the pond, the more scenic it is, and they are
A little more
bit
expensive.
more. But we've also worked very hard to find other spaces that we can sell that are lower price, so
Sure.
so we can reach all of the people that that meet their financial needs.
Sure.
We've also switched. We have a lot of spaces for cremated remains.
I was going to ask that.
Called traditional columbariums, which you place the urn
Sure.
in a structure, and then this walkway that I keep referring to along the lake has what look like markers or headstones markers, but you can place the urns in those along that walkway. We also, several years ago, created a really nice looking space for pets, for cremated remains of pets,
Yes.
and we have several of the animals from the Salisbury Zoo that we donated the spaces
wow.
and engraved some. There's a walkway there that you can put the names of the animals on. So we donated engraving those bricks and allowing them to place the remains in our what's called an ossuary, which is that receives the ashes from the pets.
Okay.
On that, and so we've there have been, unfortunate for the zoo that they lost them,
Yeah.
but we wanted to do our part and help
Lay them to rest.
Dweezil be
Yeah.
be remembered and such.
So people can, donate, but like you said, you just want people to come and be in the space.
We want people to come because we know that when they see what we've done with the cemetery and how well we maintain it, that when the time comes, that's what their choice is going to be.
And I think that maintaining one, I don't think people understand all that goes into.
Yeah, you have to be very precise.
Yes.
As to where and we've even one of our committee members, Dr. Brent Zaprowski at Salisbury University, has been invaluable in helping us digitize and get all our records, particularly with veterans, and records in the past. Some are good, some are bad, depending on who was running it at the at the time. And there were lots of people out there that never received a mark or a headstone for various reasons. They didn't have any family left who didn't do it. Any number of reasons. So he's spent lots of hours with doing research. He's gone out there both by himself and with some of his classes with ground penetrating radar, and looked, is there, the records say somebody is here. Can I verify that with a ground penetrating radar? And so he's done that with some of our baby graves quite often, unfortunately. The babies that died, particularly in the distant past, families couldn't afford much, and so there was areas there, probably could have a better designation, but often referred to as baby land. So there's and the records are pretty poor on those, or were. He's done a great job in trying to research all the various avenues he could find of finding records, and he's identified quite a few. We don't have them all yet, but he's done a great job. I should also give kudos. We are owned by St. Peter's Episcopal Church, as I said, but all of our money is in the Community Foundation. The committee of which I'm the chairman oversees it, but the day-to-day operations are subcontracted to a Holloway Funeral Home, and they've done really a great job in managing it, in helping us with all sorts of aspects of bringing it into the modern times.
A great partner to have.
Yeah.
Definitely. They're in the business, so they know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This has been super interesting because, some people, they don't want to talk about it. Yes.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. Who wants to talk about a cemetery? But, Parsons is very interesting. And a lot to learn from a lot of different aspects at Parsons. We refer to it as an urban green space and an outdoor museum. So
it's a beautiful place.
It is.
Thank you, Rick.
Okay.
Rick talked about Wreaths Across America, which is coming up on December 13th. So if you'd like to participate, if you have a loved one in Parsons Cemetery who is a veteran, you can contact them at parsonscemetery.com. I'm Jenny Pastasak. You're watching Local Lens. I'll see you next time.